Welcome to Scoop. I'm Draksha and today we will look at China's biggest export decline in 3 years. China has one of the most unprecedented stories of economic development in recent years. In the last 25 years, China's economy expanded rapidly, lifting more people out of poverty than anywhere else in the world. But this wouldn't have been possible without another outstanding story, the emergence of China as the global trade titan. Looking at this situation from China's perspective, towards the end of 1970s, China had already begun to set up new reforms to explore the foreign market and to improve its economy by entering the global market. At that point, the global market had stood on less than 1%.
Goods. It's double-digit declines in exports to the US and Canada, to the EU, to ASEAN countries, to Japan, to South Korea, to Taiwan. Really the biggest bright spot was Hong Kong, which is, you can argue whether that's really foreign trade or not. And so it really does show this sort of global weakness story that you mentioned, and it also indicates that there isn't going to be much help for the Chinese economy, which is struggling from global demand. So whatever is going to...
Looking at this situation from a global perspective, China's exports proved to be resilient not only to the constant streaming of complaints but also to the trade tensions with the United States and souring relations with the European Union in 2021. The European Union first issued a sanction against China in 1989. The COVID-19 pandemic further demonstrated the importance of China in the global trade, as when the pandemic hit the global trade, production process across the globe slowed down due to disruptions faced by Chinese suppliers. In 2020, trade recovery of China has been impressive, although such a large increase in number is partly due to low base of last year.
China's exports figures have long been a bright spot for the Chinese economy, but that may not be the case this year. The Commerce Ministry says slowing external demand and the rising risks of a global recession are posing the biggest threats to the country's economy. China's exports have fallen from more than $350 billion in March to nearly $284 billion in May. These numbers are just one indicator in recent weeks that point to a slowing Chinese economy with falling industrial production, profits and credit growth. Trade with neighboring Russia, on the other hand, has soared to levels not seen since the beginning of the war in Ukraine. They exchanged goods worth $20.5 billion in May. China's imports from Russia were worth more than $11 billion, which means sanction-hit Russia has a trade surplus with China, mainly exporting oil, gas and coal. Beijing says it's a neutral party in the Ukraine war, but has been criticized by Western countries for refusing to condemn Moscow and for its close ties with Russia.
In 1986, to enhance and access foreign markets, China applied to general agreements of tariffs and trade. Later in 2001, with China's accession to WTO, it allowed GVCs to reliably tap into the country's potential of manufacturing powerhouse, which enabled China to export globally. History was written fast after this. By 2010, China was already the trade.
Morning from Scoop. I am Huda live reporting from Harvard's College, where I'm going to ask questions related to China and its economy. So I'm going to ask a question to Professor Chami. What do you think about China's economy?
I think it's going down currently after the entire COVID situation. A lot of people have lost trust on China. A lot of countries are losing trust on China, and that is one of the reasons why the investment is also, I feel is drying out.
Do you think COVID has worsened the economic relations of China on a global level?
Yes, I do think so, that it has gone down. The trust levels have gone down. People don't want to associate with China anymore, especially the way they handled the entire situation. I don't think many people want to work with China anymore. However, having said that, China is still one of the leading countries. It still has a lot of money in its hands to invest in other countries' business. So people also don't want to lose out on those opportunities. For example, अगर इंडिया में मुझे कंपनी शुरू करनी है, तो शायद मुझे इंडिया से वो इन्वेस्टमेंट ना मिले जो मुझे चाइना से मिल जाए. तो एक डर भी है लोगों के मन में फील कि चाइना को कैसे मना करें, क्योंकि चाइना के पास वो पैसा है जो दूसरे दो देशों को चाहिए।
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your views on China.